Welcome to Colonel Basketball Weekly, featuring the head coaches of Nicholls State University basketball, J.P. Piper and DoBee Plaisance. Colonel Basketball Weekly is presented by State Farm. Contact your local State Farm agent today and get to a better state. Colonel Basketball Weekly is also sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. Rouse's, either you're local or you're not. Afternoon and welcome to Colonel Basketball Weekly. I'm your host, Mike Wagenheim. We're into the second half of the Southland Conference season, and while it was a tough week on the court for the most part for Nicholls, both the men and women are positioned to compete for quality seating in the postseason. Let's begin with the men. When the Colonels hosted Southland preseason favorite Oral Roberts in early January, Golden Eagle forward Damon Bellholter was a one-man wrecking crew, going for 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 blocks, while effectively neutralizing Colonel star Fred Hunter in a convincing ORU win. Last Thursday in Tulsa, Hunter would show that was simply a fluke, as Nicholls gave ORU all they could handle. Hunter got going early. Stephen Roundtree swats a shot from Dantrell Thomas, but DT recovers here and dishes to Hunter. Fred just getting warmed up as Nicholls has the early lead. This time, it was Bellholter taking a back seat. The Player of the Year candidate picked up 2 quick fouls. He would play just 18 minutes as Hunter got his revenge. We had 12 ties and 4 lead changes in the first half. Sean Glover with a pump and the 17-footer knocked it at 10. He was on his way to a career night as well. Amin Torres comes up big off the pine for the Colonels, racking up 17 points. We go into halftime square at 37. Warren Niles entering this contest as the league's leading scorer. He winds up going for 24 points. The top key 3 gives ORU a quick second half lead. Nicholls not going anywhere. Thomas gets it to drop from the elbow. He had 12 points, 6 boards, and 4 assists. We got a 1-possession ball game. But ORU builds a lead to 8 at the 9:17 mark. DJ Jackson pushes, finds Glover. After back-to-back 24-point efforts, Glover sets a new career high with 25. ORU stretches the advantage to double figures late. Hunter keeps the Colonels in at 33 points for Fred, 11 of 15 from the field, 11 of 14 from the line, 7 rebounds, 3 steals. The Colonels prove they can hang with the best but fall short, 90-77. Bellholter, by the way, limited to 15 points and 3 rebounds. ORU improves to 13-8 overall, 8-1 in conference. The setback for the Colonels snapped a 2-game win streak. It was on to Conway on Saturday to face the Bears of Central Arkansas, who were coming off a heartbreaking last-second loss to Southeastern Louisiana. UCA would take on the Colonels without their leading scorer and rebounder, Jarvis Garner, who was serving the back end of a 2-game suspension. They seemed to play just fine without him. To the Farris Center, 4 minutes in, Hunter denies Sean McClure and then runs a break with TJ Carpenter. Hunter scores, and this is starting to look familiar. Better get used to it. Nicholls up 1. That lead would expand. Jamarcus Horace posting up on Jordan Harks. Got the little floater to drop here. The Colonels were up by as many as 15 in the first half. But UCA rallies. Horace has it ripped away, and then Linnell Brown strips Jeremy Smith off to the races. The oop to Anthony Borden. He scored 7 and registered 6 blocks. Nicholls up just 4 about 3 minutes before halftime. The lead back to 10 before Robert Crawford drains a 3 here. He had a team-high 19 points. Nicholls up 4 at the break. Back and forth in the second half, and then Harks with a big bonus ball with 3:39 to play. That put the Bears up 10, their largest lead. But Hunter wasn't going to be stopped. He followed his 33-point performance with a career-high tying 36. The tough hoop with a half minute to go pulls Nicholls within 3. After a pair of free throws from Crawford, Amin Torres comes up with the loose ball and knocks down the 3. It's a 2-point ball game. Crawford would then make 1 of 2 from the line, so the Colonels down 3, 10 seconds to play, and Torres would get another chance. No sale. The Bears come from 15 down and win it 79-76. UCA now 9-11 overall, 4-6 in league. The Colonels stand at 6-14 on the year and 5-5 against the Southland. We spoke with head coach J.P. Piper earlier today about the week that was and the week to come.
We had a tough road swing. Thought we played really well in the first half of the Oral Roberts game. Then you look at the stats at halftime, you see they shot 70%, which would lead you to believe we didn't defend. But we're in the game, tied at half, and then just kind of ran out of gas in the second half. probably didn't rotate enough guys through, but really wasn't comfortable putting some of those younger guys on the floor. And we just ran out of gas defensively. They were able to pull away from us late. No shame in that. It's a really good team. It was on the road, but we did play them much better than we played them the first time when they were here. Talking about Oral Roberts. They went over to Central Arkansas and led most of the game and just let the game slip away from us late. I thought got out tough at the rim on both ends of the floor. They were able to get tough buckets at the basket, and we weren't on the other end, and they were able to separate right at the very end of the game. A tough loss, one that I hope we don't come to regret down the line. But still a lot of things learned about ourselves and a lot of teaching points, and it's hard to win on the road, and that's what we talked about after the game. It's what we'll talk about as we prepare for the games coming up this week.
Fred Hunter, that's about as good as a week as a player can have in the NCAA.
Yeah, averaged 34.5 points a game and 9 rebounds. Just outstanding. He's also getting steals and taking charges, and is really rounding into a force to be reckoned with in this league, and it's happening at a good time. And some of my peace or comfort about where we are despite losing 2 games on the road is I love where Fred is, and we've just got to shore up those guys around him, help them understand how to play around Fred. When you look at his teammates, 2 for 10, 2 for 11, 1 for 6, I don't think they're going to do that every night. As we move forward, they're going to get comfortable in a supporting role, and we're not going to need Fred to get 36 to win. He'll be able to get more humanly numbers, and I think we'll still find a way to win games. And so I think Fred is going to be the guy that leads us, and he seems to be in a great place. And as we shore up the guys around him, it could get exciting for us in February, March.
Good news is you've got 3 in a row at home now, beginning Saturday against Southeastern Louisiana. This is a pivotal game here against the Lions. Yeah,
I feel it is. I feel like we're going to be in the conference tournament. Knock on wood, I don't think the bottom's going to fall out. We're fighting for that 4th seed and a first-round bye. So this game is huge in that regard. We need to get this one on our home floor. It keeps us right in there in the thick of things with them and Sam Houston State for that 4th seed. And you just got to play well down the stretch. The 2 after that are tough with Stephen F. and Northwestern coming in, but those are home games, and you always have a chance to win a game at home. So a big stretch for us, but it all starts on Saturday with Southeastern here.
All right, Coach, best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Head coach J.P. Piper will be back with more of Colonel Basketball Weekly presented by State Farm Insurance in just a moment.
Does State Farm let me bundle auto, home, and life to save money?
Sure. We practically invented bundling, and it all stays with State Farm.
So my policies don't go to some bundling center that ships them off to some bundle factory? I'm dealing with you and not some bungling, bustling bundle builders.
Who have you been working with?
Stay with the company you trust.
Bundle and save with your local State Farm agent.
At Rouse's, we love football. We love the players, we love the fans, and we love the food. So whether it's high school, college, or pros, if there's a game, we're tailgating. You can tackle your tailgate too with one stop by Rouse's. Get Rouse's ready to grill meat, chicken, and pork, or pick up Rouse's ready to serve tailgate specials. Everything is made fresh for the game, and it's all good. So get the home field advantage every time you shop. Shop local. Shop Rouse's. Now that's tailgating.
Nicholls State University is taking education on the road, the information superhighway. If you are unable to come to campus, we are bringing the campus to you. Study at home and graduate quicker with Nicholls Online. No more going to class around the school's schedule. Go to class online around your schedule. All of your courses are taught by qualified Nicholls State University professors who are experts in their fields. To take that step, go to nichols.edu/nichollsonline or email nichollsonline@nichols.edu.
Back here with you on Colonel Basketball Weekly presented by State Farm Insurance. I'm your host, Mike Wagenheim. The Nicholls women hit the highway last week, traveling to Tulsa for a rematch against Oral Roberts on Thursday. Nicholls and ORU met for the first time ever in early January. Alisha Allen hit the go-ahead shot with 9 seconds left as the Colonels came away with a 3-point win in Thibodaux. This time around, the drama was turned down. The Colonels were crushed by turnovers. Kevy Looper scooping up the errant pass. She's on her way to a double-double. Nicholls, uncharacteristically, gave it away 31 times. Still hanging in, though, 7 minutes in, thanks to Jasmine Scott. The tough fadeaway. A 10-0 run for Nicholls ties the game. 8 minutes until halftime. Out of the trap, the soft touch here from Alisha Allen. Nicholls down 4. Allen scored 18. Final seconds, first half. J.C. Bigham snakes through the defense plus the foul. ORU up by 7 at the break. Bigham with 20 points and 6 steals. ORU then completely took over this game. Less than 6 minutes after halftime, they extend the lead to 18 points. Sarah Shelton cleans up off the miss here. She finished with 14 points and 10 rebounds. Jenny Nash scored 10 for the Colonels, but Nicholls shot just 36%, their lowest mark from the field since conference play started. ORU wins it big, 84-56. They improved to 9-10 overall, but 6-3 in the Southern Conference. Now, it wouldn't get much easier for the Colonels as they next had to contend on Saturday afternoon with Central Arkansas, featuring 2-time and likely 3-time Southland Player of the Year Megan Herbert. The Sugar Bears had won 22 straight at home, but had that streak snapped last Thursday at the hands of Southeastern Louisiana. Nicholls had never won in Conway in 6 tries. Now, KK Babin was determined to do something about that. Early on, she misses from the paint, but Jean-Marie Guillory gets it back in her hands, and she isn't going to miss twice. The Colonels have their first lead. Nicholls with 14 steals. They forced 24 turnovers. Babin strips it away from Courtney Duver. It's an 11-0 run with 7 minutes until halftime. Nicholls up 17 points. UCA whittles it down to a dozen before the break. Imani White with a miss. Leanne McCarthy gets stuffed by Brittany Gowans. White again, can't put it in. Herbert corrals it and goes coast to coast. She had 10 points and 8 rebounds by halftime. Nicholls went 9 of 14 from beyond the arc. Off the inbounds, Jenny Nash to Babin, drives and draws the defense, and then deals to McCarthy in the corner. The lead is still 12 with 16 minutes to play, but UCA goes on a tear. They hold Nicholls scoreless for over 7 minutes. Gowans hits the 3. It's a one-possession game midway through the half. Inside of 4 minutes, Desiree Rogers down low. The bucket and the foul were tied at 60. The Sugar Bears come from 17 down. Gowans would miss the free throw. Seconds later, the Sugar Bears make a big mistake. They let Babin breathe. KK scores a career-high 32 points, going 6 of 7 from downtown. Nicholls would not relinquish that lead again. 68-62 the final. KK named the Louisiana Sports Writers Association Player of the Week. Central Arkansas falls to 13-8 overall, 6-4 in conference. The Colonels are also now 13-8, but 5-5 in league play. Southeastern Louisiana comes to visit the Colonels on Saturday. Earlier today, we spoke with head coach DoBee Plaisance about her team's roller coaster week.
Well, the last week, again, is one of those up and down weeks. You know, highs were higher than high and the lows were lower than I can imagine being low. After the Thursday night debacle against Oral Roberts, everybody was pretty down. And it was everything we can do just to get out of that place. And, I mean, Oral Roberts is a great team. Misty does a super job with them. But it was another situation where we just let ourselves overthink the game and just think our way out of the game. We came back to practice on Friday, and regardless, sandwiched in between 2 games or not, it was the accountability, the discipline, and this we can't quit. So I sort of worked them like dogs. And I'm figuring what else I have to lose but another game. So, you know, just got the intensity back. Not back because we really didn't lose it. It was just it was not a good outing on Thursday at all. And came back, and when I tell you we rebounded well, no pun intended, on Saturday. Played a great UCA team. Their winning streak at home, or their winning record at home at this point, because the streak has been broken, is unbelievable. And, you know, they went on some runs, even had gone up, I think, a point. But the fire in our eyes, the intensity that was not displayed on Thursday was there squared on Saturday. And I can't ask for anything. I tell my players all the time, it's not whether or not you get knocked down on the mat, it's whether or not you get up. And mistakes in life and letdowns in life sometimes are our biggest teachers. And I think it taught them a lot, and I was really proud of the way they responded on Saturday.
You've got now 3 in a row coming up at home, beginning this Saturday against Southeastern Louisiana. You already beat the Lady Lions on their home floor this season. Another winnable game here. You got to get these games.
Well, at home, I don't care who we're playing. We could be playing UConn. You need to win at home. You know, Southeastern, they're also coming off of a great win. And it was a close game. They made a great run at us towards the end of the game last time when we played them at their place. So I think they're going to come in fired up. As Southeastern's at a point right now that they have to have wins. They need to get some wins if they're going to make the tournament. And I'm sure Lori's going to have them ready to come in here and do what they have to do to get that win. But what we're going to be doing here is working hard every day and try to win every day, and we won today. I told them, I said, if I had to make a call today at practice, we won the practice, but it was one of them sort of ugly wins. You know, we still pulled it out, so we have some things we have to work on. But at the end of the day, we won. We didn't lose. So we're going to be ready for Saturday. We're going to be, very, very in a place where, in terms of Southeastern coming in there and what they can do, and we just have to be ready to counter whatever they throw at us.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you as always.
Thank you, Mike.
The head coach of the Colonels, DoBee Plaisance. As the Colonels march into the final month of the regular season, they're led by their rock, who has played a major part in the program's revolution from afterthought to contender. Pamela Johnson has the story.
In 2009, the Nicholls State University women's basketball team started a renewal after coming up short a winning record in every year of their existence. New recruit Alisha Allen stepped into her college basketball career with the knowledge that she was going to play a key role in building what was then a failing program. New head coach DoBee Plaisance hit the jackpot when the incredibly talented freshman signed with the Colonels, and together they began a journey that would finally turn the fortunes of the program.
Alisha Allen was recruited very heavily by all the Texas schools, and ironically enough, Texas schools in the conference also. So it was a big win for Nicholls. I didn't have anything but my vision to sell to Alisha because I hadn't even started over here because she was my first class coming in here. And when she gave us that verbal on many planes, I was very, very happy. In terms of our chemistry, I've always felt very close to her. Me, myself, I don't think Alisha's always felt as close to me because I had to be that coach. And being hard on her and sometimes maybe not understanding, why I'm asking her to do certain things. She could come to me for any reason, whether it's basketball, school, personal, and I feel very comfortable with that because that tells me that she has grown.
When I first met her, I was a little intimidated. Of course, like meeting college coach. But the chemistry was there. Like right when she was talking to me, she was telling me how I could come here and make a difference in the program. When I came here, it was just a wonderful place. It was so homey. It was the right environment for me to be in. I could remember coming here and actually going to kind of like a shoot around the first day. And I didn't see very many people here, so I was surprised, and they pretty much told me like I was the only freshman. As things kind of went along, I started to see that. I was like, wow, okay, I gotta kind of step up here, and they just kept telling me I don't have time to be a freshman. So it was immediate. I had to perfect my game.
The foundational members of the program now had the right drive and mindset to redeem the team's decades-long futility.
I think the team's attitude and chemistry was pretty much that we had the mindset that we wanted to change the program, we wanted to make history, and that we did want to win a championship. Back then it wasn't, in sight because we didn't really have, as much talent as we needed, but we still, like every day, we wanted to play hard, and we still wanted to accomplish a championship. But now the only difference is now we know that it's in our reach and it's up to us to do it.
Alisha's impacted the team, I think, big. She's a big part of, if we win or lose day in and day out. Coach made us captains. She pretty much told us from the beginning we had to, play big. Like she said, we couldn't have a freshman year. So we knew, we were going to be the ones to kind of push everybody along.
Alisha immediately made a name for herself, being honored as the Louisiana Sports Writers Association Freshman of the Year, and she was just getting started. Allen, this year's lone senior, will depart as the winningest player in team history, as well as the Colonel's all-time leading shot blocker and second leading scorer. She has been a part of the program's first ever postseason victory and is putting together her strongest campaign yet. While she has guided the Colonels through their transformation, the path to victory has never been just a walk in the park.
This process has given me even more confidence in what can be done. And I am just incredibly grateful for all the times, the good times, the not so good times, and the in-between times.
The impact that Alisha Allen has made on the program is immeasurable. Now as her college career comes to an end, Alisha wonders what's in store for her next.
I would have to say I'm nervous, but at the same time it's life and you have to move on and grow on and move forward. I hope that they can carry on the tradition of still trying to achieve a championship, and I think since me being the only one leaving, that they will definitely have that opportunity to do that, and I could say that, hey, I was a part of that team before.
Alisha's currently leading the team in scoring, averaging 15.4 points per game, and sits among the league leaders in multiple categories. With 8 games left to be played before the conference tournament in March, Allen and her fellow teammates have the opportunity to make history one final time together. For Colonel Basketball Weekly, I'm Pamela Johnson.
Does State Farm let me bundle auto, home, and life to save money?
Sure. We practically invented bundling, and it all stays with State Farm.
So my policies don't go to some bundling center that ships them off to some bundle factory? I'm dealing with you and not some bungling, bustling bundle builders.
Who have you been working with?
Stay with the company you trust.
Bundle and save with your local State Farm agent.
At Rouse's, we love football. We love the players, we love the fans, and you know we love the food. So whether it's high school, college, or pros, if there's a game, we're tailgating. You can tackle your tailgate too with one stop by Rouse's. Get Rouse's ready to grill meat, chicken, and pork, or pick up Rouse's ready to serve tailgate specials. Everything is made fresh for the game, and you know it's all good. So get the home field advantage every time you shop. Shop local. Shop Rouse's. Now that's tailgating.
Nicholls State University is taking education on the road, the information superhighway. If you are unable to come to campus, we are bringing the campus to you. Study at home and graduate quicker with Nicholls Online. No more going to class around the school's schedule. Go to class online around your schedule. All of your courses are taught by qualified Nicholls State University professors who are experts in their fields. To take that step, go to nichols.edu/nicholsonline or email nicholsonline@nichols.edu.
Welcome back to Colonel Basketball Weekly, presented by State Farm Insurance. Let's go around Nicholls Athletics with Ashley Dufresne.
While the Nicholls tennis team opened up conference action this weekend, a set of Colonel student athletes are gearing up for the start of their season. The men's tennis team had a rough Saturday, falling at UNO 5-2 in their Southland Conference debut. But on the women's side, it was all glory. They claimed 2 victories on Saturday, defeating the Privateers in New Orleans 5-2 in the morning before returning home to hand Xavier their first loss of the season by a 4-love final. After an 0-2 start to the season, the women have won 3 straight, and this team is clicking at the right time.
The big thing in the girls' team is they've clearly understood that what it means to be on a team. They've very clearly understood that it takes more than one good player on a team to win a match, and that's exactly what you're seeing. You're seeing whether they're on the court or off the court, they're all on the same boat. They practice hard, practice seriously, and you see the results. I mean, they won a pretty easy match against a very tough team. UNO is not easy, the women's team. So we haven't started conference play yet, but the girls look good.
Last week, the Southland Conference released its preseason baseball polls, and with the Colonels predicted to finish last in the conference, they are working hard to prove the critics wrong.
We've talked about it. It's not going to happen. We're confident in that. That's not what we're shooting for. It's not a goal of ours, but it's certainly something that burns a little bit, and it makes us want to prove people wrong. That's just what we are, and we've got to earn some respect, and we know that. We're not last. We're not second to last. We're not third to last. We feel like we're one of the best teams in our league, and it's very disrespectful when we're taking that approach, but it's the only approach in our minds to take, and we've got something to prove, and we've got some ammunition loaded, and we've got something burning on our hearts. We're looking forward to the season starting.
While the Colonels might be picked to finish at the bottom in their league, one player received the honor of being presented preseason all-conference first team.
It feels good to be recognized like that, but
in all actuality, it's just preseason conference. It doesn't mean anything, and I'm more worried about the team and how we do in the season. I told him the other day, I said, "Congrats, Phil," and I gave him a high five, and he's like, "I appreciate it, Coach, but I ain't worried about that." And he's right. We're not worried about preseason accolades, and at the same time, you shouldn't be worried about being picked last, but we are. So no, he's not at all concerned about that. That's not a motive. That wasn't a goal of his. But just to prove to what he's, to finish my story, Philip was excited to be there at the end of the year. That's his goal, and his goal is for us to want to compete for a conference championship and win a conference championship. It's obviously none of our players have a goal to be all conference players, but he in particular is one of them, and he deserves to be first team all conference because of what he's done, but he certainly would trade that for a ring at the end of the year.
For Colonel Basketball Weekly, I'm Ashley Dufresne.
Thank you very much, Ashley. It's time to announce our Rouse's Student Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. Either you're local or you're not. Rouse's Supermarkets are local, with their roots established in Thibodaux in 1923. Trust Rouse's for great food and great values. Louisiana's best can be found at your local Rouse's or at rouses.com. Our Rouse's Student Athlete of the Week is senior guard Fred Hunter. What a week. 34.5 points per game, 9 rebounds, efficient shooting. He was named the Southland Conference Player of the Week as well, and is now tied for the league lead in scoring. Great job, Fred. Again, just a terrific 2-game stretch here for Fred Hunter. Folks, we would be remiss if we didn't congratulate Colonel football legend Lardarius Webb. The Nicholls All-American, of course, is now a star with the Baltimore Ravens. And though Lardarius tore his ACL back in October, he'll still be awarded with a Super Bowl ring after Baltimore defeated San Francisco on Sunday. Each summer, the standout defensive back returns here to campus to host a free camp for area kids. It's his way of staying tied with the school he embraced and the town that embraced him.
Man, this is my alma mater, man, and I love the kids, and when I came around here, the community took me in like I was one of their own, and I'd never forget it. I never forgot it. I came back. I just love the kids. I love the people around this area. I love the Thibodaux people. I just feel connected down here, man, and when I come, they show me love like I was born and raised in Louisiana. I just love giving these kids a dream, giving something to thrive for, I try to let them know, you can be anything you want to be.
One of the all-time Colonel favorites, Lardarius Webb, and again, congratulations to him. Second Colonel in just a few years to win a Super Bowl ring. Antonio Robinson also picked up one with the Green Bay Packers a few years back. Folks, we urge you to log on to our social media outlets in order to keep up with what's going on around Colonel Athletics 24/7. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/GoColonels, twitter.com/ColonelSports, youtube.com/Nicholls Athletics. And folks, if you post on our Facebook or Twitter sites, use the hashtag GoColonels. That's GEAUX. Go Colonels. Again, no reason you can't keep up with what's going on, all the great things around Colonel Athletics 24/7 through our social media outlets. Don't forget the Colonel men and women's basketball teams in action this Saturday, playing host to Southeastern Louisiana. The women's game at noon. The men's game will follow at 2. Ticket information available by calling 985-448-4790. That's 985-448-4790. You can also purchase tickets through our website, GoColonels.com. That's GEAUX, GoColonels.com. You can log on for tickets, rosters, biographical information, the latest news, everything you need to follow Nicholls Athletics right there on our website, GEAUX, GoColonels.com. That's going to do it for this week's show. For Pamela Johnson, Ashley Dufresne, and the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Wagenheim. We will talk to you from Stouffer Gym this Saturday and again here on Colonel Basketball Weekly, presented by State Farm Insurance, next Thursday. Today's show has been presented by State Farm. Contact your local State Farm agent today and get to a better state. This show has also been sponsored by Rouse's Supermarkets. Rouse's, either you're local or you're not. This has been a presentation of the Colonel Sports Network.